I have had a lot of changes this last year and a lot of first-time successes. So this year I moved from a 400 square foot studio to a 4,000 square foot studio. I had my best gross revenue month ever. I lost 30 pounds and I've started co-hosting a really impactful podcast. I did a hike that I didn't think I'd ever be able to do. And I just overall feel so much more confident. And it comes down to just these three things. First of all of this stuff has a why behind it. So why do I want to make this much money or do this kind of hike? And for me, it was coming down to who I wanted to be. I want to be the Grammy who. I want to be the CEO who. I want to be the CEO who hits their revenue goals. I want to be the Grammy who can run and catch up with my little grandkids, or the mom who can hike a giant mountain with her daughter. All of this kind of is identity. That's one of the things I learned this year. In my business, I'm not the owner, I'm not the photographer, videographer, I'm the CEO. Yeah. And it's amazing to me how much that really changes how I look at my day-to-day tasks, my weekly tasks, monthly, everything, my goals, how I show up at the studio every single day, really embodying the CEO identity while I'm here at work. Amazing. So that's one thing I've really, really worked on this year is identity. Another thing I've really been working on is the energy I show up with to these. And with that, I mean, how am I feeling? Like frustrated? If things are really frustrating, then I start to feel kind of that anxiety and doubt. I'm feeling not worthy of charging somebody a certain amount or hiking the mountain. I'm feeling defensive, maybe. So all of those feelings I've really learned in the last year to identify, to name, and put words to those feelings. And it really comes down to energy. When I come into something feeling in a lower energy, can you feel that? Then it affects everything I do. But if I could come in with a higher energy, that I'm coming from a place of service and giving and compassion, not a place of competition and lack, all of those feelings, and I still have those, but I recognize them sooner. I notice them sooner and I can go, oh, okay, what is the cause of that? How can I approach this in a different way and have a day or interaction? So that's my energy. The other thing I've worked on a ton is what I'm saying to myself. That it kind of comes in with the CEO mindset, and a little bit in the energy is that, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm worth doing this. Yeah, there definitely are clients out there for me. I believe that they want to spend what my prices are, or they want the products that I offer, that what I do is helpful and useful to people out there. What am I saying to myself? You can do this. You got this. You can do hard things, or you can make things easier. How can I make this easier? All the things that we kind of talk about to ourselves, really checking that, because we are the people we listen to the most in our brains. And if our brains are saying something negative, somehow we believe that way more often than when we're saying something positive about ourselves. So understanding that, I've been able to kind of shift what I'm thinking. So that's actually mindset. You guessed it, mindset. And I know people talk about mindset all the time, but the way I think about it is, what are you saying to yourself? And this could be actual sentences. You know, if you do something wrong, what are you saying to yourself? Oh, and that it can be an eye-opening exercise. If I think that something even just didn't go over as successfully as I wanted, what am I saying to myself? Am I saying, oh, you stink, that was horrible, of course you weren't gonna succeed at that rant? Or I can say, well, that was an interesting experiment. I can see one way I could improve it for next time, but I think I did a pretty good job overall. I need to evaluate and come at it a different way. Wow, same situation, right? And I thought about it differently. So what are you saying to yourself? What's your amygdala trying to tell you that's trying, you know, that little piece of almond piece of your brain that's always trying to protect you? What's that amygdala trying to trick you into it for the sake of comfort, right? That's all where this mindset, how you talk to yourself and how you feel, and then who you are. Those are the big, huge things I've worked on. And I mentioned at the top of this video that I have been honored to be part of a podcast. It's called Shift Happens, and it's with my life and transitions coach, Robin McIntyre. Oh, I'll show you the sign. Ha! And as of the recording of this video, we are 3 episodes into season 4. So we've done over 35 videos and episodes at this point. And it's been so fun and so enlightening. And this is actually, just to back up a little bit, Robin McIntyre is my coach, and I was weekly coaching with her for the last year. And then now we're doing the podcast together. So it's kind of like a coaching session every week. And it just keeps everything top of mind all the time. You know, if I want to live my best life and give my business the best shot that it has at success, that starts with me. And how I think about myself, how I identify, what I say to myself, and what I say to others and out in the world, and all of these things are so important. Are there things out of our control? Yeah, of course there are. But when we're talking about things that we can affect in our lane, these are the main things that I have found really worked this year. To lose 30 pounds, to hike up this mountain, to be an active Grammy, to be the CEO and launch into year 11 of my business, having just had the best month ever. And I really wanted to share that with you. It's partly selfish, I must say, because I really, really do love the Shift Happens podcast. And you can see it on YouTube, Robin and I sitting here in the studio, actually on the other side. This is where our notes always are. Every week, almost every week, we put out a new episode. You can see us here on YouTube or look at us up on your favorite podcast app or go to robinmcintyre.com. I really think that if you're struggling going into a new season of your life, a new phase of your business, we've got New Year's coming up. If there's ever a time where you're faced with something that you think, gosh, what got me here, I don't think is going to get me there, or this transition or this new role looks so big, what do I do? I know that we can help you think through some of these things in smaller bites. The whole premise of the podcast is navigating the lighter side of life's challenges. We take those things that just feel so heavy at the time. You know how everyone says you're making a mountain out of a molehill? Sometimes our brain tricks us into that, or our feelings trick us into that. And this podcast helps give you a little bit more ease and normalizes it for you. So I really wanted to let you know about that podcast and how much, as a testimonial, it kind of has helped me, not kind of, it has helped me between working on the podcast and everything I've learned on there, working one-to-one with Robin. Obviously, she's taking on new clients. I don't know if that's obvious, but she does have space to take on one-to-one clients. And of course, the podcast is there for you at no charge, which is really amazing because we have so many juicy bits in there. Over 30 plus episodes. Oh, wow. We have so much more to talk about. So I really wanted to let you know that, the year is rounding out pretty well for me, even with all of my challenges, because I've had these tools and the amazing Robin McIntyre to help me through. And I would be a little bit remiss if I didn't also say I am also working with a business coach, and she teaches very similar to exactly what Robin teaches, but more business focused. So I have had two, what do I call them? My dream team. So I've had my dream team here, and it's helped me immensely. So I just want to give you some encouragement that when you're hitting bumps in the road, there are things that you can do to help yourself, ways you can set up for the new year or your new phase or your new goals in your life, your business, your career, whatever it is. Your relationships. So it's been great talking with you. I hope this has really helped you. And type in the comments any questions that you have for me or for Robin. I'll put her website information here too. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. And have a good one. Thanks so much for listening and watching the podcast. And remember, shift happens.
Shift happens. We want to make sure it's good shift.
Yeah. Robin's here to help you through all of it. We have all the information in the show notes on your favorite podcast app, on the YouTube channel, in the description. But the best place, the clearinghouse for absolutely everything, is on Robin's website.
RobinMcIntyre.com. It is spelled with all I's. RobinMcIntyre.
That's right. We're doing our little dance if you're watching us.
If this or any other episode reminds you of a certain somebody, please share it out. We want to grow this. We want to help more people, and we love it. Hope you do too.
We appreciate you.
Thanks for being here.
See you next one. Bye.
It's hard for me. Bye.
Nice.